can be just as deadly. Tonight, 7 U.S. Marines are being mourned after a training exercise near Yuma took a tragic turn. Thank you for joining us. I'm Guy Atchley.
And I'm Jennifer Waddell. An investigation is underway tonight after those 7 service members died last night near the Arizona-California state line. 6
of the Marines were out of Camp Pendleton and 1 from Yuma. This is actually the 5th time since March that Marine Corps aircraft have crashed in training exercises in California, but it is by far the deadliest. We sent Craig Smith to Yuma to begin Night on Your Side team coverage.
All the Marines have been removed from the wreckage now, 1 to return to the Marine Corps Air Station here in Yuma, 6 others to go to Miramar Air Station just north of San Diego. Now the Marines have 2 tough jobs ahead: to honor their dead and to learn why they died. The Super Cobra and the Huey were flying as a team like the ones pictured here. They crashed on the edge of a training area, remote enough to allow training with real ammunition and enough like Afghanistan to be a good preparation for training there. Another pilot not involved with the flight was close enough to report the crash. That report will be just part of the long list of factors to check to learn why the crash happened. Now, to understand correctly, military aircraft usually do not carry what civilians know as a black box. Is that correct?
Well, that's partially true, but it's exactly true if you talk about what civilians consider to be a black box. Military tactical aircraft, no, would not carry that type of voice and data recorder that you would find on a civilian aircraft.
But the Yuma Air Station commander says some other types of data recorders may have been on board. In addition, investigators will listen to recordings of radio calls and radar records that show the paths of the aircraft. The pilots were possibly using night vision equipment. They can raise safety issues too. They help pilots fly in the dark, but their vision is more blurry than with the naked eye, and pilots have a tunnel vision effect that can make it hard to see trouble coming in from the sides. But Marines say they train to compensate to fly safely in those conditions. The investigation will also look at the history of the aircraft. Both are designs that first flew in the Vietnam War about 40 years ago, but the designs have had many upgrades since then. The Marines say they will never release the IDs of the victims until they have notified the families in person. This is a mission where a phone call will not do. A chaplain and another Marine will go to the family's house and knock on the door again and again until they have delivered that sad news face to face. At the Marine Air Station in Yuma, Craig Smith, KGUN-9 on your side.
Condolences are coming in from Arizona's political leaders. Senator John McCain says this tragedy is a grave reminder of the sacrifices the men and women of our armed forces make to keep us safe, both in training here at home and in combat abroad. And Governor Jan Brewer echoed the statement, saying this tragedy serves as another stark and sad reminder of the peril our men and women in uniform encounter on a daily basis, not only abroad, but on our own soil. It also reminds us that whether in combat or training, no military mission is ever routine.
With 5 aircraft lost in training missions in less than a year, few know that there is no such thing as routine like the Marines. It is a reality they live and die with.
The range in Yuma, referred to as the Chocolate Mountain Range, seen here in this file video, is where live fire exercises can take place.
Night training is something that we do routinely, just so that we're able to operate in combat across all conditions.
This crash comes on the heels of 2 mishaps last year. This one involved the Cobra attack helicopter, which carries a pilot and co-pilot. The crash caused a 120-acre brush fire and killed both on board. The other accident last year took place near the San Mateo area on Camp Pendleton. That one involved the UH-1 Huey. That crash killed 1 and sent 5 others to the hospital.
Whether it's 1, whether it's 7, it impacts the Marine Aircraft Wing and those family and friends very greatly.
And Arizona has seen its share of Marine Corps aircraft crashes as well, some even more deadly than today's. In June 2005, a Harrier jump jet loaded with live bombs and ammunition went down in a Yuma neighborhood. It was trying to land when it crashed about a mile short of the runway. The pilot ejected, and while no one on the ground was hurt, About 2,000 people were evacuated. And in April of 2000, 19 Marines died when their V-22 Osprey crashed in Marana. They were taking part in a training exercise when it crashed and burned at the airport. The Osprey was based out of Yuma, and most of the Marines killed were from Camp Pendleton in California. That crash prompted authorities to redesign the aircraft to make it safer.